It's a wonderful Tuesday morning. Let's see how outside is looking today. Oh, it's a nice sunny day this morning. Beautiful day. Sun's out. Sun's looking good. But it's a beautiful day today. It's also gonna be a busy day today. I sourced some equipment today. I'm gonna take a look at those. Possibly pick them up. I need to make some space in the garage for that. But I have to go to the health department today. I'm gonna also go to the planning and development. Got some more questions for them. As I said yesterday in yesterday's video, I met with the plumbers yesterday, so they're gonna be doing up a contract to get started. So I need to check on the plans if they were submitted to the planning and development. Once I confirm that, then I could get a number. They call it a BPN number, building permit number. Once I get that number, then I could they could go ahead and send in their application for to get the grease trap put in. So I just gotta go over there and see if I could get that BPN number, make sure everything is submitted. So yeah, a few questions for planning, a few questions about the water heater for the from the health department. I have to get with the architect, get a physical plan in hand. These weeds, guys, weeds are getting out of hand. Yeah. So once I speak to them, I'll know what's next. So guys, I'm gonna get the day started. I gotta go get some gas. I have to get some straps just in case I pick up those equipment. I could strap them in the back of the pickup truck. So I'm gonna get to it. Alright guys, so came on the road. I saw two good used fryers, almost new fryers, that I was looking at on Facebook Marketplace. So I came by this guy's restaurant to take a look at it. They're in pretty good shape, but the gas was off, so I couldn't get to turn it on. I couldn't get to turn it on to make sure they're working. So we're here at what's the name of it? Don Chicken. Don Chicken is what the restaurant was. It's closed out now. He bought it out, so he's gonna put a taco spot there to a new concept. You know, he already owns another restaurant up the street, like next door. So he's opening this concept right here. Chinese guy, Korean. So yeah, I didn't take them because I need to make sure they're working before I take them. I don't want to take them and then they're not working. A couple months down the line, I found out they're not working, right? I don't have any way to check them to see if they're working because the gas is natural gas, right? But where I'm putting them, there's no natural gas hookup yet. So I can't hook it up and light it, you know what I'm saying, to see if they're actually working. So I'd rather test them here before I take them, right? All right, so I'm waiting on the guy. There's another guy I saw, a sink, real almost new sink as well. He's gonna measure it up and let me know the size of it. I'll probably take that sink if it's the right size as well, right? So it's now 11 already. I have to go over by the over by the health department and the planning and development. So I'm probably gonna do that right now while I'm on the road. Or I'll probably swing by the salon, check to see if it's good, if it's clean over there. So I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna swing by the salon and then head over to the 2 different agencies. I brought the paperwork I needed to show. So I'm gonna head over there real quick and see what's going on. So yeah, let me go ahead and head over there. Alright guys, so I'm here at the salon. I got done meeting the guy and now I'm here. The salon is pretty much good. There's there's no cleaning. I'm just gonna clean the kiosk, the fingerprints off the kiosk in the front. And that should be it. It's nice and clean in here. As I said, on a Monday and a Tuesday, not much people work in here, so it doesn't get messy. It's just a few people. Set this right here. Alright, so we just cleaned the kiosk, which is right here, the glass on the front of the kiosk, the door entry system. Once we clean that, just try to make it look nice. There's no, when you select the rooms, there's a lot of fingerprints that left on it. So all I do is just clean that off, make it look nice every day. I don't know about you guys, but anything with a screen, I don't like touching it. Especially somebody else, they be touching it all day. So when it comes to door handles, like it's Lysol spray, those like that right here, we Lysol spray. The buttons will Lysol spray those. Yeah, but yeah, all right, so we're gonna head out now. We're gonna head out and head to the planning department, planning and development, and then head to the health department, and then from there we'll go back on the hunt for equipment. I'd stopped by this restaurant. It's a restaurant that was closed, so another owner bought it out, and another guy, I was talking about that before. So what he did, he bought the business out and he's gonna change it and put his own concept. So he's getting rid of some of the stuff he don't need. He don't need like an air fryer and stuff, not air fryer, deep fryer. He don't need those things. And the reason for that is he's doing tacos, so he just needs like a grill and stuff like that. He don't need no deep fryer and all of that. So he's selling those deep fryers. All right. I'm deciding if I should just buy them blind. I'm quite sure they were working before. It looks like a business that was running and they just pretty much sold out, closed it down, sold it out. So I'm quite sure they were working, or at the price I'm getting it for, I could probably fix it if it needs fixing, but they're in pretty good shape in terms of how it looks under there. It looks pretty clean. They look, you know, they could work, right? We could clean them up and make them look new again, shine them up, you know. So I could clean it instead of using new ones, right? So yeah, I'm deciding. I'm trying to. By the end of the day, I'll decide if I should just take them blindly. And he also has a filter, an oil filter that you drain the oil and it filters it and put it back. I'm thinking I'm gonna need one of those. So I might just offer him, you know, one money for everything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hold on, guys. Let me put these directions in. Yeah. So I might just offer him for the oil filter and the 2 fryers. I might just take all 3 from him if he agrees to a certain price, right? I'll just gamble it. He would have to turn the gas on for me to light it. It's already hooked up inside there, so at the end of the day, we don't know if it's working. But he said somebody has already bought the other one. So if somebody bought the other one, they gambled and took it, right? So I'm assuming it's working. So for the price, I think I could gamble it, right, and take everything. So I'm gonna probably call him back in a few after I'm done here and see if I could meet him and just take it. As I said, if I do light it and it needs some parts, I'll probably just purchase those parts for it, fix it. So yeah, guys. So let me look up this address where I'm going, and then I'll call you guys. I'll check back in. You'll hear me call you guys. I go check back in a few. Alright, guys. So I just pulled up at the planning and development. I'm gonna go inside now and check on our plans to make sure they received it, and who are they communicating with in terms of like whose information. I would love them to reach out to me as soon as they do their review. So I'm just gonna check in with them and make sure they got it. We have a confirmation number, but I just want to make sure on their end they're seeing it. I came by here on Friday and he said he didn't see anything, so let's see if it's in their system now. So let me go find that out real quick. As I said, I can't film inside the office. I could film me going in there, but not, you know, not the office itself. It's a government building, so they don't want no cameras, no one to be filming in there. So let me check on that real quick and I'll let you know in a minute. All right, we're back at zoning and planning. Guys, we'll make a lot of trips here. Alright, so cool. I'm going down.
I'll have lunch alone and then Tuesday and Thursday.
Thank you. Alright, guys, so just left the planning and development plans. They did see the plans. They're there. They're in review now. Takes about 10 days, they said, to go through the 4 different departments. She made me create an account. That way I could see what's going on. They are communicating with my architect, so he's gonna get any corrections or comments, and then I'll be able to see what's going on because I created that account. All right. Hold on one second, guys. This thing flipped. Yeah. So I'll be able to see what's going on in terms of what's, you know, if any comments or reviews or whatever, right? My architect is also going, he said he's going on vacation this Friday, so hopefully we'll get something back. If we don't get something back, we'll, you know, at least I'll know what's going on while he's gone, right? So now I'm heading over to the what do you call it? I'm heading over to the health department because I just found out that maybe I don't need that 1500 gallon. I could go with something smaller because there's no dining. I was being told by City of Swanee that we needed a 1500 gallon grease trap, but because we have no dining, that rule may be different. So I'm gonna head over to the health department and see what they say pertaining to this rule. I don't know who makes that call, to be honest. I'm gonna find out real quick. Yeah, maybe the health department can put me to the right direction. Yeah. All right, so let me head on over to the health department real quick, and then I'll check back in. All right, guys, so we're pretty much leaving the health department now. We got our answers for that. We have to just fill it out, and then they'll tell us the sizing, what we need or not, right? As far as the grease trap, I have to go back over planning and development. It's just a lot of run around. Don't get frustrated, guys. Don't get frustrated. Is you know, I'm seeking these answers. So if I have to go there 10 times for the day, I'm gonna go there 10 times for the day. At least I'll be knowledgeable enough, you know, to guide someone else. I do want to know this information for myself, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of misleading stuff. So for instance, the grease trap guy, I'm just being told that I may not need that 1500 gallon, but before I was being told I need it, right? So that's gonna make a big difference in pricing if I don't need it. So I'm gonna head over to the let me tell you who does with that, the stormwater sewer plan review section, just to see if, you know, if I need such a big grease trap. So yeah guys, so let me go over there and check with them and see, you know, what's needed. Alright guys, so I'm known familiar with this building right here. You're gonna see me walking out of this building a lot. So I'm back at the planning and development. The question I had about the grease trap is actually for here. They have the water and sewer department here on the same floor, but this morning when I came here, I didn't know I have to, you know, it was when I went to the health department, they sent me back here. So it's a lot of run around, guys. It's challenging. I like to show my face a lot in there because you end up meeting these people and become familiar with their faces, and they're gonna look out for you. The more you see them, the more you talk to them, the more you you know their names, you know. There's a guy in there, he's real helpful in terms of the questions I want, and you know, he pushes it for you, you know what I'm saying? Real good. Him and another lady, they're real nice in there. So A lot of times me going back is not that they're not doing their job, it's just that the questions come up. These questions come up as we go, right? So as we go along, the questions arise and then I have to come back. And you know, I could call, but I'd rather show up with my plan, show them what I'm talking about, and then they could actually look at it or go ask somebody, like somebody higher up, if they don't know. So that's the reason why I like to just show up over here and you know, see what's going on, as opposed to, you know, hearing it over the phone. You might just get a receptionist who doesn't really know what's going on, right? So I'd rather show up. So my question was, he gave me the water quality supervisor. They're the ones who goes over, do a review and goes over your grease trap and let you know if you could rock with a smaller grease trap or you're gonna need a bigger one, right? Now, hold on guys, bear with me. I'm trying to put this back into my bag here. I don't want anything to get messed up. So yeah, so they're the ones who decide the size grease trap based on the operation you're running, right? So if you're running a sandwich shop, you could get away with just the one that goes under the counter, right? Like an under counter or a smaller 1,000 gallon, you know what I'm saying? However, I mentioned the fryer and he said that, you know, it's you're gonna need that 1,500 gallon. The 1,500 gallon is what's required, right? Yeah, so they're gonna need that 1,500 gallon here in Gwinnett County. Elsewhere you might not, but here in Gwinnett County you do need that once you're gonna do fry, even if you don't have any dining, right? Even if you don't have a dining restaurant, once you mention those two fryers, you're gonna need that 1,500 gallon, right? They're strict about any kind of grease that's going in the sewer, which is understandable, because if you put grease inside these sewers, the sewers could get backed up whenever it rains. It's just clogs, there's flooding. So I understand why they would be so strict on it, right? Which I don't have a problem with that, because it's best you stop stop all of that from going into the sewer before you have issues. You know what I'm saying? It's better you prevent it than it happens, and then, you know, city has to cost the city more, right? So I agree totally with the whole grease trap thing. It's just that based on what we're doing, we don't know what their guidelines are in terms of we using the right size grease trap. We don't know what the requirements. I don't know what the requirements is from that office right here. I've been hearing the plumber say, hey, you may use a smaller one. Some plumbers say yes, it's a 1,500. The architect is saying we might not need that size. I want to hear it from the horse's mouth, what size we can and can't use, or how they determine that, right? So I'm gonna still reach out to this guy right here, James, and see if he could, you know, enlighten me on that situation. But for now, based on what the planning and development is saying, more than likely it's gonna be a 1,500. The only time they reconsider that is if we were doing like a sandwich shop or a coffee shop where we're not doing any frying, right? We don't have a fryer. So now I have all the information I need. I'm going to submit. Today is Tuesday. On Wednesdays they don't do intake for the plans for the health department. So I'm going to submit those plans. The architect sent me over the stamped version, so I am going to print those now, and then we're going to submit those plans on Thursday. So the plans for the planning and development, they were already submitted by our architect. He's the one who's dealing with that. But as far as the plans for the health department, I'm going to be submitting those for review on Thursday. So now I'm going to go over and print those plans as we speak. I'm going to print those plans. I'm going to get 2 copies, one for myself and one for the to submit to the health department. I have one right now, but that one is not the corrected one. The corrected one is the one I'm going to print. I'm going to get it printed, so I could have the correct one in a big size. So that one I'll just leave at the location at the work site. That way anybody comes in, they could just refer to it quickly. So let me head over to the print shop. The architect sent me to a print shop, so I'm gonna go over there and get this printed real quick. So I'll check back in when I'm over by the print shop. Guys, whenever I'm done with this, I'll be so versed in getting these build-outs done. I could probably charge a fee to get this done for people, because I'm quite sure the average person, they don't have time to go up and down, back and forth these agencies. It's just a lot of trip between the health department, the zoning and planning, water and sewer. If you buy a restaurant that's already built out and you buy it out and it has all those things already, you don't really need to do what I'm doing. What I'm doing is a fresh build from scratch with nothing there, right? So we have to get plans drawn, this, that. With a build that was already there, where you have to just go in and use the same configuration. You're not tearing down any walls. You're not. That's a different permit. You're only getting a permit to, remove chairs and tables, any kind of, you're not doing a full build out. So you don't have to get the type of permit that I'm getting, like a build permit. If you're keeping all the walls and everything, you just pretty much submit a plan for what the changes you're gonna make. You know what I'm saying? As far as maybe the equipment that's under there and stuff like that, you are gonna get a fire inspection. So like the equipment, any equipment layout, you might have to change that per health department, right? But as far as the planning and zoning, you already have a grease trap, so you don't need to, no building plan, no water heater is there, electrical is done. You're gonna keep all of that. So with people who are opening a restaurant, your first choice is to try and get somewhere that was already there. So at least the walls that's there already, you could keep those walls, right? For me, there's no walls, there's nothing. So I don't know why the hell I go this road. I couldn't. It's just that to find these restaurants is so hard to find an existing restaurant. Most of them, it's a buyout. So like they're closing, but they want you to buy their equipment out and all of that, right? So I would rather just build from scratch and do my own layout, right? Because at the end of the day, you'll be paying 150,000 to buy them out, and then you're gonna change that concept, so you'll have to spend more money. So 6 of one half does not other. This is a lot more, but money wise, it's easier that way to buy out an existing restaurant, but you spend more money, if you get what I'm saying, or spend the same amount of money, alright? So because then you'll be spending 100, 150, whatever to buy that place out, and then spend another 60, 70, 80,000 just to redo it, to change the concept, right? So it might as well you just take that money and start from scratch. It does take a longer time. It is a longer process. It's hard back and forth. It takes a long 6 months, but in the end, I think it's gonna be worth it. You'll have a new building, new concept, new everything, you know what I'm saying, if you do it from scratch, if you have the money. If you don't have the time and you want to get started right away, try and find that location that was already built. And you gotta be careful, because I went and visit a guy that was doing his build out. He had bought out that building, right? So I just came from there, that chicken place I was telling you about. You saw me at the door. Now he bought that business out, right? However, that business wasn't in business that very long, right? So for them to be closed already, I think the location wasn't great. where he was. So you got to be careful. You buying out a business that's closed out. You got to ask yourself, why did he close? You know what I'm saying? Business wasn't that great in that location. So, you know, you want to be careful when you're buying out a business. If you're buying out a business and the business is operational and they're making money and you go there and it's busy, and then it's good. You know what I'm saying? But if you buy a business out that's closed and they're just there a year, 2 years and they're closed already, then you might want to look into that location. It might not be a great location for you to buy that business out, right? So those are the things you need to look for. Buying out businesses is not always great for your new concept. You might go there and the location was just that bad where you can't, you know, it don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna get no customers regardless of the concept you're bringing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking, make sure you check before you, you know, check before you go out and buy out anywhere, you know. Yeah, guys, I gotta make a U-turn, but this truck is so big I can't make a full U-turn with one lock. I always have to back up. It doesn't have any turning radius. The wheels and the truck is so long. Every time I make a U-turn, I gotta turn and then back up and then go forward again. It's always tight. That's why I kind of hate this truck, you know. I'm gonna get rid of it once I'm done with the building. And oh, I don't want to talk. The truck might hear me and start giving problems. You know how that goes. Knock on wood. Betsy, I ain't gonna sell you. If I don't have to sell you, I won't sell you, Bertha. So yeah, I just have a little moment with my truck, you know. Anyhow, I'm here by the LDI. LDI is a print shop, just like how you have the FedEx copy, print and copy. So I'm here gonna find out how much they charge to print these plans out. So let me go in there real quick and see I'm right by LDI. It's called LDI Printing Center. Alright, let me go check on it and get back with you guys. So this is LDI. They do stickers. They got the menu that we need. You got USB drive. They could print on a lot of different things: bags, hats, envelopes, you know, door hangers, envelopes, you know, books, notepads. So they'll do, you know, merch, and then they do plans, all the different size plans, shirts. So guys, I decided to pull the trigger and go back and get those two fryers. This is what happens. If you guys buy anything from Facebook Marketplace, you should know that it's there 1 second and then the next second is gone. The person who's selling it don't care. They ain't holding nothing for you. They ain't trying to do nothing special for you to get it. It's either you want it or you don't want it, right? So these fryers are in really good condition. I pretty much took a look at them already and I thought about it all day, and I decided I'm just gonna go get them whether I test it or not. These fryers normally, they don't really go bad. If something goes bad, it could be like a nozzle or that pilot or something. It's not nothing major that's gonna, they're not electronic, they're more manual. It's a manual pilot and all of that, right? So It was in a restaurant that was operational. They just went out of business. So I'm assuming it was working before that business shut down. Everything inside that space is operational. It's just that the gas was off, so I couldn't check it. All right. So I'll just get them and clean them up real good, clean them up properly, and just inspect everything. And when I get gas in the building, I'll hook it up and see if it works. Or maybe if I could take it somewhere and have just hook it up temporarily or something, I could get it to see if it lights. So I pulled the trigger. I'm gonna go back and disconnect them and take them, because you see these deals, but then by the time you wait till tomorrow or tell him to get the gas turned on, you have to wait a couple days for for them to come and turn the gas on. Somebody will come and buy it blind. So I'm not gonna give up sure for unsure and let that deal pass me. So I'm gonna go back and grab it. I was looking at a sink as well, a single compartment sink, and then I checked back a while ago. The person marked them as sold. So I'm there asking them to measure these sink for me and do all of that. They sold them. They didn't call me back and say, hey, it's this size, that size. Whoever was looking at that sink, they just went ahead and bought them without knowing the size. So for me, I have to know the size, because the size, I'm gonna put them in a specific location. It has to fit, down to the inch. So I have to know the size. I'll just keep looking for the sink. Those was in real good condition, so I missed out on that one if it was the correct size. So that's what I'm saying. You will have these items here. 1 minute is there, 1 minute is gone. You know what I'm saying? So don't procrastinate. When you see these deals, just jump on it. You know what I'm saying? Just jump on it. So I'm not gonna procrastinate. I already procrastinated a couple hours a while ago. So I called him back, tell him I'm gonna get it. Yeah, I was looking at 3 other ones and they didn't get back to me as yet. So I'm just gonna pull the trigger and get it. So the day is going good. It's now 3:30. I went back to the planning, zoning, dealt with all those people. I printed the plans right there. I have a copy. So Thursday I'm going to finalize everything, and on Thursday I'm going to pretty much turn those plans in to the health department. Yeah, I'm going to submit those plans, pay them their fees, and have them review it. The inspector did say she wants spec sheets for everything that we're going to use inside the space. So I'm going to make copies of everything and turn those spec sheets in. They want spec sheets with the sink, spec sheets with everything. So I'm going to walk with whatever they need to submit with the plans. So I'm pretty much ready for them. We're gonna turn in the tank water heater as well as the tankless one. We still haven't decided which one we're gonna use. I'm gonna try and go with tankless. It'll save us some space, and then they'll decide if we need 1 or 2. So I'm going to fill all those things out, and they could review it and tell me. Yeah, so right now I'm heading back over to the restaurant. I'm gonna disconnect those 2 fryers and just pay him. He said he'll throw that little splash guard in, so we'll he discounted it a little bit. It's not working, but he'll discount. He said he's gonna discount it a little bit. So I'm just gonna grab those 2 and then take them home, clean them up later on at a later date. As I said, we're buying these blind, guys, but because I could work on them myself, it's not a big deal. If something is wrong with it, I'll just buy the parts and change it out. The parts are never normally expensive for those things. So, you know, as long as the burner is good, the whole chassis of it is good. But if the pilot needs changing, or that little regulator that they have in there needs changing, or that little flame thing, sometimes that probe thing goes bad, whichever one is bad, I'll just buy it. I'll just buy it and put it in. It's not a big deal. I'll just take it apart and clean it up real well and get rid of all the gunk and grease, and you know what I'm saying? Get it done. So yeah, guys, I'm heading back to this location. I'll get back to you in a minute. Give me a second while I get it done. Can't cross this up. You're mad. Alright, so let me head over into the back. Pleasant Hill. Alright guys, I'll check back in once I get over there. Alright guys, so I'm back over by the restaurant that's being sold out. He over there selling the furniture and stuff, so I'm back over here to get these fryers. Alright guys, so we're here. I got the fryers. You can tell it's in the back in the pickup bed. So yeah, I'm here, picked up the fryers, you know, had a little chat there with Mr. Chin. Real cool guy. He's opening a taco spot. He's Chinese, he's Korean, but he's opening a Mexican taco spot. So as I said before, he has another restaurant, so he's getting this one fixed up. Fryers look like they're in good shape, they're in good condition, so I'm just gonna get them cleaned up and good to go on that. They should work perfect once, you know, once I fix them up. He threw it in the splash guard as well. I was trying to get the filter, the oil filter for it. He has one, but I'm not willing to spend the money he's asking for it, so I'll pass on that one. So yeah, I'm gonna take these home, rest them in the garage, and today was a real successful day. I pretty much got everything done. I got all my questions done. I got the plans printed. I got all the questions answered at the health department and the planning and development. The plans are submitted. They see them. They're in review. They have until the 24th. The lady tell me the 25th, not the 24th, the 25th. They're in review until the 25th. So today is actually, they're like 3 days in or a day in, they said. So it's June 11th. So they say by the 25th, we'll definitely hear something. It's 5-10 business days. So she's saying that it's there, you know, within a couple days or within that time we'll hear something. They made me know the architect is the person, the contact person they're dealing with. So he's dealing with anything. So any comments or corrections, he'll take care of that for us. In terms of any questions they need, I won't be able to address those concerns. So he will. So he's the contact person. However, he's going on vacation this Friday, but he's still on call. Hopefully by the time he gets back, everything is good and we don't need to correct anything. So what they made me do was to put open an account, register an account, so I could see what's going on from the outside. So I registered an account with the Gwinnett County, and I now have access to log in and see where they are in terms of the oh, there's a skyline right here, guys. Pause. There's a nice GTR right there. GTR. You guys could see it? Yeah, right there. Yeah. So now I'm able to log in and see the progress, right, of where the plans are, or you know, what stages is it in the review. They told me that it's 4 different departments. I'm gonna take a look at it. So I guess it's architectural, plumbing, mechanical, and it's a lady too, yo. Yeah. So they're gonna let me know, you know, once everything is done. I could log in and check on it instead of calling them all the time. So that's been done. The health department's been done. All I have to do now is just print out a few more spec sheets for the health department. I already filled out the form. So once I'm done, I'm gonna put all that together and go over there on Thursday. It's now Tuesday, and they don't do plan intake on Wednesdays. So on Thursday, I'll head over there and submit the plan, pay them, have them do their review. Once they review and everything is good, then I'm able to go ahead with my build when we get that permit to build. I have to get back in touch with the grease trap guy to make some corrections to his contract, as well as he sent me a invoice, but it's not an official invoice. So I'm gonna ask him to see if he could get me an official invoice, so I could turn that in. Guys, we got a nice skyline right here, black GTR. Yeah. So yeah, once we I get that done, then you know, it's a lady driving. You don't see much GTRs around, guys. Normally they're parked up somewhere. You know, this one is nice and clean. Nice. It's an older lady actually. And then look, you got the little Ricer Mustang. Come on, bro, go park your car. Don't even go close to that car. You guys like to meet in accidents. Them Ford Mustangs right there, stay far from Ford Mustangs. They like to crash, guys. They like to crash. So stay far. Don't go behind this car. It's like what, 100 and some thousand for this car. Don't be driving too close to that car, Mr. Mustang. You know, I know his blood get cold and he's excited back there. He see this fast car right here, and but he can't buy that bumper right there. That bumper is super expensive. See, as I said, guys, I'm a car guy, so whenever I see these cars, you know. Then over there we got Tesla over there. There's a Cybertruck right there. If you right beside the Tesla sign, Cybertruck right there. So this area is a car area. It's a lot of cars, you know, supercars, McLarens, Lamborghinis. This area has a lot of that. Now, I ain't got none of those cars, so you know, you ain't gotta ask where's mine. I ain't got none of that. I got fryers. I'm building restaurant right there. I'm a fryer. I got cooking equipment. Yeah, man. But if I had the money, I would buy one of these. It's nice. I always liked them from when they came out. Yeah, but see, it's an older lady too, yo. And look at the Mustang. Look at the Mustang. Bro, stay away, bro. Stay away. He's gonna go crash into people's car. That's a Mustang, bro. Watch every video online. The Mustang always wins. He always crash. And he's over there driving behind this $150,000 car. Come on, bro. Yeah. She's gone. Look. She said, hell no, don't be coming up behind me. guys, so I got the fryer, heading home. It's now after 4. I'm still going. I got up early this morning, felt kind of tired, so I took an extra 30 minutes, and then I hit the road from this morning about, I would say, around 10 o'clock. After I finished editing those videos, I hit the road around after 10 to 11, and I've been on the road since. So yeah guys, you know, it is what it is. We working. Yeah, man. I'm taking my time, guys, because these straps that I have on the fryer, they're not the ratcheting straps, so I can't strap it real tight. It's the ones that you push in there and just pull it and it automatically tightens. That's the one I have on it. So I don't want to drive too hard, I don't want to corner too hard, I don't want to brake up too hard, so I'm taking my time. But yeah, I have, as I said before, the sinks was sold, so I'm gonna go back on a hunting for the sinks. Sinks can be expensive, guys. It's like $700 just for one sink, 300 and something for the other. So in total, I'm gonna probably spend around $1,500 in sinks, just sinks, or more, depending on what, you know, if it's new or used. So I'm gonna go back on the sink hunting. There's a double stack oven that I want to buy, brand new. They're expensive, super expensive, but I found a used one here locally, so I'm gonna reach out to them and see if we could go take a look at it. If it checks out and it's good, I'll make an offer on it. If they're not budging on the price, then I'll probably just get it new, because the price they're asking for, I could get a off-brand one similar to that for the same price. So I could actually less. So I could pay less for a off-brand. Yeah, so I was saying, you know, I could pay for an off-brand, I could pay less money than the branded oven. I could pay less for a new off-brand. So if they're not budging on the price, I'll just settle for the off-brand new one. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather have new equipment, even although it's an off-brand. It's, you know, people will say they might not last, they might not work. At the end of the day, I'm doing this thing on a budget, guys. So you don't have to go out there and buy the brand name stuff. If you get 2 years, 3 years out of an off-brand, I think it's worth it. By that time, your business would have picked up to where, you know, you could probably buy a newer one or a branded version. But just to get off the ground, you know, try get used items or, you know, new off-brand, right? Sometimes you'll get lucky and they'll work for forever. I've had off-brand items that still working to this day where they are, right? So you don't have to go out and try and get the best of the best when it comes to the restaurant business, right? People who buy best of the best are big brand name restaurants who, I don't know why they choose to do that, because you have off-brand items that work just as good, you know? So I don't believe you have to go out and buy all these expensive, you know, for instance, like a oven. You could pay as low as $3,500 for a double stack oven, and then as high as $20,000, $25,000 for a branded oven, right? So all I'm saying is, you don't have to go out and buy the $20,000 oven. They bake the same way. It's just that it's the brand. It's like buying Louis versus, you know, a regular little Adidas. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, purchase what you can afford. Don't break the bank trying to get brand name stuff, or don't let no one tell you, hey, you buy the budget oven or blugget or whatever they call it. I always call it budget. That's another word, yo. I gotta look it up. Yeah. So don't be buying a budget oven because the person who recommended it tell you it's either that or nothing at all. Don't buy into that. Buy what you could afford, guys. They work just the same. They'll bake just the same. It's degrees is degrees. If you buy in a convection oven and it is working correctly in terms of, you know, the air circulating inside of it, it's gonna work the same as the new one, right? The bigger version. They're designed the same way, so you don't have to worry about it being not designed properly. They all copy their one another. All they did was just put a brand name on it. They just put a brand name on it and sell it for more. As far as I see, when I look at the constructions, a lot of these places they have the same construction, so it seems like they have the same people making these items wherever, you know, over there in China or wherever they're making it. Hold on one second, guys. I'm gonna check the straps. Yeah, guys, so you know, I'm thinking they just use the same people who makes all these things. They just brand them differently, like have them put a different brand or logo on it, right? But you got the same people making those, the little pilot and the diaphragm and the parts in between. They're getting them from the same place. No one is going out nowadays and making their own parts to do anything, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I believe at the end of the day, buy what you can afford. Just make sure it's in good working condition. The off-brand stuff, I wouldn't recommend buying a used off-brand item, because the used off-brand is probably, you know, halfway through its life, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying the off-brand stuff, the branded stuff is not better. They are better. They probably make them with better quality and, you know, stronger, better materials, so it will last longer, right? So buying an off-brand fryer that's used, I wouldn't recommend that, right? This fryer right here, it is an off-brand and it is used, so I'm going against what I'm telling you. But for me, I could work on it, right? I know if it goes bad, I just change the pilot, I change the, you know, whatever diaphragm gone bad, whatever it is. If a nozzle is clogged up, I change it. So I could buy these things and, you know, go through them as long as the parts is not expensive for the machine. I already checked this and the parts is reasonable, so if I do have to change an item, it's not too bad. I'll just fix it myself, right? But for you guys who are building restaurants who don't know how to do those things, I recommend not buying it, because then it might be, you know, halfway through its life or right at the end of its life, you know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't recommend doing that. If you're gonna buy a new off-brand, that's okay. If you're gonna buy a used off-brand, not recommended, right? Not because I do it, you know, it's okay. You could gamble, it's up to you, you know, but I don't recommend that. Refrigerators, I don't recommend buying an off-brand used refrigerator, right? Buy a new one, right? You don't have to buy the expensive refrigerators, but just buy a new off-brand if you don't have the money to buy a branded one, right? A big brand one. Refrigerators, the more money, the better it is. They'll last for years, the more money. But the cheaper ones, they'll break, you know, I can't say, but 3 years in, some of them break the first year. There's no telling. It depends on the off-brand, the brand, you know, you buy. So for me, if you don't have the money, buy a brand new off-brand refrigerator. If you do have the money, go buy a brand new, you know, brand name true refrigerator or a beverage here or the brand name commercial restaurant stuff, right? So at the end of the day, is what your pocket could afford. But don't be, you know, spending 3 times the money buying all these equipment when you could get the job done with, you know, 1/3 of the money. You know what I'm saying? focus on the food and getting started than the equipment and the niceness and of the equipment and all of that. That you know, whichever one you use, you're gonna make the same money. Not because you're using a brand name equipment, you're gonna sell that food for more. It don't work like that, right? It's gonna get you there. It's gonna make you the same money, both whether it's cheap or you know what I'm saying. It don't make the food any different either. Some equipment you buy may affect how the outcome of the food, right? But the typical everyday stove, fryer, oven, grill, it don't matter. It ain't gonna make your food taste better. How you season your food and assemble and put your ingredients together makes your food taste good or not the equipment. Alright? So, you know, all I'm saying is just you know, do your research, figure out what you're buying before you buy it, you know. On this item, it took me the whole day. I pretty much went there and went back again and took another look again on it before I bought it. So yeah. The only thing I noticed with these, the spec sheet that was in it, it's you know, after cleaning them, they end up rubbing off or peeling out. It's like some stickers. So what I'll do, I'll reprint the exact spec sheet for this particular model and have it on hand, just in case they come and inspect it. They'll have it, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna look it up online and print it. That way we'll have the spec sheets for this particular fryer that we're using. Yeah, so I'm here. I'm heading back to the house. Fryers in the back. I reached out to the persons with the oven. They haven't reached back out to me yet, so I'm just waiting to see what they say. If not, I'll just go with the off-brand version. It's brand new, so I'm leaning towards getting that brand new, to be honest. The refrigerators I'm gonna get brand new. However, I did see some used refrigerators at the equipment store. This equipment store, I know the owners, and they could go through it and check the levels of the Freon and stuff like that, plug it in. I could have them have it on a couple days, you know what I'm saying, before I purchase it. I'm gonna check back with them. If they give me a good price on those refrigerators, I'll take those two. I saw they had two brand name ones for really good price, so I'll probably swing by there tomorrow, and if they, you know, if we could agree on those price for both of them, I'll just take those two instead of buying the brand new ones from them. I'll just figure out how to get it up here. I would have to rent me a U-Haul, one of those U-Haul trailer, and have them loaded onto it. Yeah guys, so I'm home. I'm gonna try and get these unloaded and go from there. I'm gonna have to get some board or something, because it's I'm here alone. We got some board over there, so I'm here alone, so I'll have to put the fryer on some wood to slide them off into my garage. The pickup truck is real high, and the fryers are real heavy, so I don't have anybody to help me, so I'll just slide them off. I have a way with that. I set up a little ramp on the back of the truck, and then once I rest the fryer down, it slides down to the ground. So I'll set that up later on. I have some board over there. I'll set it up later on. Or right now I'm gonna get something to eat. It's after 4 I've had all day, so I'm gonna get something to eat real quick. Alright guys, I'll check back in.